Hey, it's your girl Barbie J. Welcome to my channel. Hey there, everybody. It's your girl Barbie J here with the recap and review of Tyler Perry's other comedy drama, Zatima, Season 3, Episode 13. Life Goes On. And the synopsis for this episode reads, Fatima makes a tough decision that could lead to issues between her and Zack, and Connie's concern about Fatima's loyalty to Zack pushes her to make a questionable choice. And I guess that questionable choice has to do with her telling Tony and Nathan. Anywho, before we get started, if you're new here or if you're returning and have not subscribed to this channel as of yet, please take a moment right now, hit that subscribe button, then hit the notification bell and select all. It'll let you know every time I upload any new content to this channel. Then I ask that you smash that like button, write a comment, and join the conversation, and share because sharing is caring. Now, this episode starts off with Fatima learning that Jeremiah is alive and is in the hospital, just bruised up. He tells Fatima he's sorry, and Fatima don't even want to hear it. She leaves out of the room with Connie in tow, saying she's got to make a call. And then when she gets in the hallway, she changes her mind and tells Connie she's not calling anyone. So Connie tries to convince her to get Zack out, but Fatima is upset because Zack isn't showing any remorse. And I get it. I do get it. I don't know if the rest of y'all do, but I do. So Connie is like, oh, so you're not done with him. And she sort of smiles. And Fatima said, no, I'm not. And she smiles back and says, girl, I'm not doing this with you. And they leave out laughing to Fatima's car. Then we see Zack. He's let out of his cell to call Preston, who is driving with Bryce in the passenger seat. Zack asks him to see if he can go to get Fatima to talk to him. He's had time to think about things, so Preston's like, okay, I can be at your house in 30 minutes. And Zack said, cool, he'll call him then. But what I don't like here is that Preston didn't tell Zack that he had him on speaker in the car and that Bryce is in there listening to everything. I feel like he should have told him, because what if Zack would have said something personal that he didn't want Bryce to know? Now, I mean, did anybody else feel that way? Because I sure did. And then after he hangs up, we have Bryce asking stupid questions, saying stupid things. It just made no sense to me. Then Bryce mentions Angela, and Preston asks, are you dating? And Bryce said, no, we used to. So Preston asks, if you don't mind, what happened between you two? And Bryce didn't want to tell him. He claims that they're good, but they're really not. So Preston just dropped him off by his car, which was parked by Angela's house, because he realized Bryce didn't want to tell him anything. Now we have Fatima arriving home with Connie, whose car is parked there. And as they get out of the car, Connie sees Fatima looking at Dr. Reed, who's walking towards them. And she asks, who's that? And Fatima tells her it's Zack's therapist. And Connie's like, well, what he doing here? All ghetto and stuff. And Fatima's like, excuse me. And she said, oh, girl, never mind. Good night. So Connie walks to her car, and Fatima and Dr. Reed go inside to talk. And she lets Dr. Reed know that Zack is in jail for no good reason. And he's like, what? And she explains what it is to Dr. Reed about Jeremiah, and that she's in no rush to get Zack out of jail because she wants him to teach him a lesson. And Dr. Reed said, oh, you want him to suffer? And then Fatima said, yeah, well, both. And he did not tell Fatima that she was wrong for her actions, or in this case, I should say her non-actions, but he asked for her to do him a favor. He asked her to sleep on her decision and wake up with a clear head, and she said, I plan to. Then Fatima walks him to the door, opens it, and then turns to hug him goodbye. Of course, Connie was still out there, and she saw this happen. So when Fatima walks over to her car, Connie asks, who is he again? And Fatima said, I already told you, Connie. And she said, yeah, you're right, you did. And they say goodnight. Fatima goes back in the house, and Connie left. But Dr. Reed was only in there maybe 10 minutes. I'm going to say 15 tops. So nothing really could have happened. There ain't no relationship having no 15 minutes. He didn't come in there, hit it, and quit it, like some people might be thinking. Or they might feel it looks that way, but it doesn't really. So now we have Bryce showing up at Angela's house, and he tells her that he feels bad about Zack and Jeremiah, and he tells her why, and she lets him know that it has nothing to do with him, which is just what Preston told him as well. Then she told him he needs to get her over his sensitive ish. And he said, wow, okay, I could always depend on you to tell the truth. And he was about to give her a message to relate to Fatima, and she shut him down and tells him, like it's time for him to leave. She had a long day. So he left. So now we see Preston at Zach's house knocking at the door, and Fatima goes to answer it and rolls her eyes when she realizes it's Preston. He lets her know that he has Zach on the phone, and Zach tells him to put him on speaker. Fatima doesn't want to talk to him, and he said, "You going to just leave me out here talking to myself? You know Deja's listening." I said, she right about that, her nosy self. So then Fatima says, okay, and takes the phone from Preston, and he tells her he'll wait outside. So Zach admits that he was wrong, and he goes, "Are you happy now?" And she was like, "Excuse me?" And he said, "Wait, that came out wrong. That came out wrong." But then he said, "I was wrong and you were right." So she wasn't extending Zach any grace whatsoever. And she kept talking to him as if Jeremiah was still dead. She never told him the truth. She told Zach that she would not be coming to see him and that she was moving on with her life. And he was like, "Are you serious?" And she was like, "Heck yeah, I am. Why should I?" She said, "You decided to do this. I'm not coming up there." So then she said, "Okay, Zach, let's do some hypothetical." She started asking him some questions to see if he had learned his lesson. She wanted to see how he would answer. But of course, he did not answer them with the words she wanted to hear or needed to hear. So she finally got frustrated with his responses and didn't believe him at all. So she said, "I gotta go," and gave Preston the phone back. Preston told Zach he's sorry and that Fatima had went back inside. So Zach was disappointed. He was like, whatever, and then said he'll talk to him later. So next we see Connie has contacted Tony and Nathan to let them know that Jeremiah is alive and in the hospital, and that Fatima wants to leave Zach in jail for the night to teach him a lesson. But Nathan starts getting crazy and coming at Connie as if she can do something, and she lets him know that it's not her place anymore. Meanwhile, Tony understands and is trying to get Nate to chill and accept this. But Nate is pissed and he wants Zach out now. So as he's walking away, he calls Connie a punk for not doing anything and tells both of them to kiss his assets. But I think Nathan has a lot of nerves, especially since his behind don't even have a pot to piss in. He don't even have his own bed. He needs to chill and just wait till the morning and don't do anything stupid like Connie said. I mean, it's only one night. And the truth is, Zach could still go to jail for assaulting his brother. So Nathan needs to chill, especially when they said he got warrants himself. Then Connie asks Tony what he knows about Zach's therapist, Dr. Reed, and is Fatima cool with the therapist? And he says, "I believe Zach met him through Fatima." And he said, "Why do you ask?" She said, "No, I'm just asking." Tony said, "You never just asking." But anyway, then he said, "Connie, are you okay?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then he said, "Oh, okay." And then she said, "Go and catch up to Nate, find out what he gonna do." So then the episode ends with this creepy officer coming over to Zach's cell. And Zach is like, "Do I know you?" He said, "No, but I know your girl." And I'm sitting there going, he don't know Fatima. He said he overheard Zach's conversation with her. And so Zach called him creepy. And then he asked Zach, "Does he know Deja? She lives next door to you." He said, "She wanted to get a message to you." He said, "I don't want no damn message from Deja." He said, "You're going to want to see this." "You're going to want to see this. Seemed like your girl been stepping out on you. She was waiting for you to get locked up." "Look, you want to see it? Look." And he shows a picture of Fatima hugging Dr. Reed. And as we all see, you can't see the face, so he doesn't know that that's Dr. Reed. Zach wouldn't be able to tell. But why would Fatima be doing something? Zach been in jail, 24 hours, if that, And look at the angle of the picture. Could Deja really get that picture? The only person I know that could get that picture would be Connie. Anyway, y'all put it down in the comment section what y'all think about this episode. And I will see you all in the next video. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. It's your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.